All right, and welcome to this episode of the Comics Multiverse. It's an interview show where we just kind of talk to people in comics, people associated with comics, and today we have a special guest. He is the voice of Judge Dredd in the new audio book, 2000 AD audiobooks from Penguin. I really enjoy audiobooks myself. Working in a cubicle, I can strap on my earphones and get lost in something that's not my work. and I really, for myself, I really don't have much of a history with Judge Dredd, aside from the different crossovers that he did with the DC characters like Batman and stuff. But I mean, I listened to a couple episodes, and it was easy for me to jump right in. And we have the voice of Judge Dredd himself, so let me just bring him in, and we'll find out about the project and figure out. I'm gonna have to say it. If you are the law, are you the law?
I'm the law. I'm the law. How you doing, Chad? Right? What's happening?
How's it going?
Yeah, good, man. Good. So you've heard some of the episodes?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed them too.
Was that your favorite, Chad? Was that your favorite?
Oh yeah. Well, you were the one. You were my one interview request along with the narrator. So.
Oh, nice. Cool. Yeah.
So, tell us. Before this project, do you have a history with the character or any of the comic books or comic books in general?
My history of comic books was I was not allowed them as a kid. My mom was very like, you cannot have these. So we used to sneak around. We'd get at them. I'd be looking over my friends' shoulders to look at them, and it wasn't until much later that I started, with the movies, things like that, the Stallone movies, the Stallone movie, and that was my real introduction to the movie and to the world.
So, kind of tell us about the series. I mean, you're the voice of Judge Dredd.
Yeah.
The main character, in at least three of the series or three of the audio series. Kind of tell us about them. As a whole.
Yeah, they're the best three. The other lot of rubbish. The ones that don't have me and Chad are the ones just don't get them. No, I'm only kidding. Yeah. Yeah. Do you know what? You've heard some of them, and the real difference is it's an immersive world. It's an immersive world. You when we're talking about when we're rumbling on the bikes, you hear the bikes. When we're shooting people, you feel the bullets, you feel it, and that's it. Like you said, in the studio, headphones are on. I'm working very closely with the producer, with Chris, and we're just rattling along. We're rattling on the bikes. We're through when there's punches that we're punching. Push, spitting the blood off our faces. And that's the cool thing about it. I love reading. I love comics. I love books, and you create your own world. But with this stuff, is you really get the world created for you.
Now, was there anything that you kind of did to get into the character? I mean, I know you said you kind of have the background with the movie, but is there anything else that before you record, do you do anything to kind of get yourself into character?
Yeah. I would drive around London on my motorbike. No. Pulling people over. Pull over. Do you know what? It was in those situations. It was very much like you get in there and you're fired up. You're fired up anyway. There's a lot to do. We did three scripts in 3 days. So you're in the battleground. You're in there. Warm up wise, we just jump in and just start flying through it. We've got the comic book in front of us. We've got the world. We've got the colors, and you're locked in. You're locked in. It is an intense experience. Like when you're reading through that amount of material, you're bouncing off. Sometimes you go back and go, is there a better way we can do that? But really, you're just in the moment. You're flying through it. It's intense. It's as intense as. Yeah, it's as intense. I've been in a lot of fight scenes in my career. I've been in a lot of action movies. I've worked on things like from Game of Thrones to Star Wars to Avengers to, did Venom. We recently did Venom 2. and the intensity of audiobooks is as intense as the most intense moments of any of those movies. It's full on.
Now, when you're in the studio, are you in there by yourself listening to, the other actors on the track, or are you the two? Because, when you watch some of the making of like animated films and stuff like that, where people do voiceovers, and sometimes they're standing there with another actor, or they're by themselves. How did you
Yes.
guys, get this one done?
Yeah. So we have predominantly it's just me and the producer. So, but Chris is a very good actor, and he knows Dredd so well that each voice the producer will go bam. He'll drop it in if we're for each character he knows exactly where they are. So he'll be firing stuff back at me, and I'll be reacting to him. In regards to with the other actors, we don't have. There was bits and pieces where we'd get the right tone, so you'd hear someone and you'd hear something. But predominantly, you're just flying through it. You're flying through it one after another, just reading it and flying along. Yeah.
So, do you have a particular of the three that you are featured on? Do you have a particularly favorite episode?
I have my favorite of the stories is Origins. I love that. That was the most fun to do. Because of all it's very physical. There's a lot in it, but it's very physical. We get all the story, we get all the mood, we get all the history, but also we get a lot of it's very gritty. It's a really nice journey through the world of Dredd, but there's also a lot of fighting. I mean, in the booth, you know what it's like. You have to kind of say steady, but still, but you're not. So she's like, boom, boom, boom. We're like trying to do that. The only thing we didn't do is dive through the studio window or smash off the tables.
I'm doing the same thing in my cubicle while I'm listening. The person who works next to me thinks I'm crazy, and she's probably right.
We're all a bit crazy. It's good, but that's it. Any little pops and you pick it up, don't you? So you're doing this stuff, and you're still going for it. But yeah, you're sort of doing it without rattling any of the gear, but you're still like if it's a body shot, boom. You're still you're still throwing yourself around. Otherwise, it wouldn't sound believable.
Now, is this your first experience doing like a voiceover type production, or because I know you mentioned that you were in in the movies and stuff like that?
Yeah. So I started as an actor in theatre, and then I ended up in stunts. So I've done stunts for over 10 years, multiple movies. I've not done audiobooks before, but I've done a lot of ADR. Because we'll shoot things like we just did the new Django TV series, which is coming out next year, and I was the guest lead for 2 episodes before I get my what was coming to me, right? So with things like that, when you're out in the battlefield, when you're out, it's a Western, obviously. So when you're out there, there's wind, there's rain. So not everything gets picked up, as you know. So the director, the producer will go over it and there'll be bits that you need to pick up on. So that's been my experience. So it is all but the same, but we'll be in a sound recording studio in Soho, somewhere like that, big screen, and then they have you see yourself come into the scene, and then it's matching. Here we go. Here comes the line. Boom. There's the line. Django, put your ass down. Whatever the line is, and or as you can tell, I'm not American, so my accent might
What?
Yeah, exactly. Shock. There's a shock.
It's either that or the 5-hour recording difference.
Yeah. It's one of the two. It's one of the two that gives it away. Yeah. So that's it. So I'm going to start a petition. I'm going to start lobbying so that the next Dredd can be English. It'd be great.
Hey, I mean, you vocally, and from what I can see on the screen here, you have the build for Judge Dredd too.
Yeah.
Would you be if they offered you a role as Judge Dredd, I'm sure you would probably jump at the chance.
All over it, yeah. I'd be the first Dredd that's actually over 6 foot. I'm 6'4". I think I'd make a good Dredd. I haven't got the motorbike, but I could hire one.
Details.
Yeah, no, it'd be amazing. It'd be amazing. But I'm hoping that we'll also do more of these as well. They were good, And I think they're going to go down really well.
Yeah, and like I said, I really enjoyed them, and I also enjoyed that they're like 6 to 7 minute chapters, and you can kind of, if you don't have to kind of, with some audiobooks I've listened to, you kind of have to, oh, is this a good stopping point? Or, if I stop here, am I going to, remember where I was picked up? Or if the thing doesn't pick up again where I was, it's going to be a pain in the rear to find where I was. But I like the fact that it's, nice, concise segments of story. Is that kind of how you recorded them also, as, each little segment? Or what, did you do it all at once and then they, in post-production, kind of chopped it up?
Yeah, that's it. You get it done, and then they decide what the best edit points are, the most palatable thing for the audience. So then they'll chop it where they think is the right, and by the sounds of it, they got it right. Because if things, you want to get it. That's the hard thing about these edits, isn't it? They got to get it exactly the right moment so that people are like, shit, what's coming next? Where are we at here? And yeah. Did you say pain in the backside? You mean pain in the ass, Chad?
Yeah.
Pain in the ass.
So, I mean, after your experience voicing Judge Dredd, are there, any other superheroes that, you're familiar with that, you would like to, voice, or any stories, comic book stories that maybe you would interest you if they asked you to help with the audio adaptation like these?
I'd love to do well, because I shot. I did. I played Venom. So in Venom 2, the new Venom movie, right? So I was the monster. So when Tom Hardy isn't, whenever you see Venom on the screen, that is Adam Basil, right? Acting, being the monster, being the alien. And Andy Serkis, the director, who's huge on physical performance. He's Gollum in Lord of the Rings. He's the mastermind behind a lot of these physical productions. Him and Terry Notary, Kong, so much of this physical stuff is those guys. So I would be Venom. And first I went into the studio. I didn't expect Andy Serkis to be there. This is called the Imaginarium at Ealing Studio. So I got booked for 2 days to go in there. And I was, oh my God, it's Andy Serkis. And Andy Serkis is the loveliest guy, the loveliest person on the planet. But when he comes up to you, like, I'm talking to Gollum, I'm talking to Gollum, it's Gollum, I'm talking to Gollum. As he comes towards you, it's Gollum. Hello, Mr. Serkis. And he's like, oh, Adam, so, this is the script for Venom. And, here you go, here's the script. And you read it, and we'll do it. And I said, Andy, it's going to be, this better than me right now. You read it and I'll act it. So he's like, oh, okay, Adam. So we've got Tom Hardy's on the chair. This is in Venom, in their apartment, right? You've got the chickens, Sonny and Cher, this scene. They're attached, and Venom is he's going, Eddie, I want to be out there. I want to be eating people. You're a bottom feeder, Eddie. I don't want to be stuck in here. You're a loser, Eddie, a loser. And I'm acting all this stuff out, and it was great fun, and I ended up on the whole show for 3 months, doing this stuff. But I tell you what, I'd love to do Venom. I'd love to do the audiobook for Venom. I think I'm qualified for it. I've heard Tom Hardy playing. I've been closely with those guys being Venom. Andy Serkis giving Tom Hardy notes on being Venom. I think Venom, and I've been Venom's body. So.
You have the job in my book.
Hey,
for what it's worth. I mean,
me and you, we're going to go down to the office, the Hollywood producers. We're going to say we need $1 million, and we want it by Wednesday because we're going to shoot this. Okay. So,
I mean, is there anything else? I mean, about the Judge Dredd or the experience that you wanted to mention or think people would find interesting and make them more likely to check out the audiobooks?
Yeah, there's. I'd say that it's a really nice cast across the board. The guys they've got on it, Penguin behind it, is massive. They've really gone for it. The production value is very high. There's a lot of passion behind this project. There's a lot of people that really, really love it. So yeah, I'd say have a listen, get involved, and you won't be able to put it down. That's for sure.
And where can people check out? Are you on social media or anything like that, or where people could kind of see what you're up to?
Yeah, exactly. So on social media, obviously I'm Adam.Basil on social media. Follow me there. But also for the official Dredd page, I'll get it up now, is 2000 AD comic, 2000 AD comic, and there's a link to all their stuff there. There's other links with Friar Penguin and all this kind of stuff, but it's available on there. But yeah, there's all that Sterner stuff available. I'm just getting up there as we speak. Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, it's been a pleasure to speak with you, and if you ever do make it to get the Venom audio production project, then I would really love to talk to you again about it.
Amazing, Chad. I'll get you on Instagram as well. I'll get you on Instagram. Take a picture on the screen. You speak. Yeah, I'm gonna get you.
All right. Well, thank you very much, and it's been a pleasure talking to you. And hopefully, we'll be hearing more from you in the future, both with Judge Dredd and more.
Awesome. Yeah. Thanks, Chad. Lovely speaking to you, man. Enjoy the rest of your day.
All right. You too. Have a good one. Later.
Take care, buddy. Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye. And for if you want to find out more of my interviews, you can check out I'm on Twitter. I'm EU Comics Blog. I'm also with Comic Watch, and this show is now part of what we're calling the Comic Watch Podcast Network, or at least I am. So check it out. Check out Comic Watch. We're there for all your news, reviews, and everything in between. So check it out. Check me out. My links to my other social media are at the end screen here, and be hearing from you. Have a good one.
Brought to you by Penguin and 2000 AD.
Essential Judge Dredd, Dredd Vs Death, by John Wagner and Alan Grant. Illustrated by Brian Boland, Brett Ewins, Cliff Robinson, and Robin Smith. Starring Adam Basil as Judge Dredd, Amber Rose Riva as Judge Anderson, and Peter Serafinowicz as Judge Death. Narrated by Doug Cockle.
Episode 1. Judge Death.
In Megacity 1, giant metropolis of the 22nd century, a criminal was escaping from the law.
Dumb judges? Ha! They'll never catch Tiny the Tap. Oh, me and my big mouth. I surrender, Judge! Satan's breath! Your face! You're no ordinary judge! You... My dog! His hand going right into me! My name is Death. I have come to judge you.
When the body was found, top lawman Judge Dredd was called in.
It's Tiny the Tap. We were chasing him when we lost him in this maze.
When we found him, he was dead. There's not a mark on him. But look at his face. Like he died of... terror.
No sign of any attacker. But we found this under Tiny's nails. Could be skin tissue. Pongs a bit.
There's a strange smell of decay all around here. Okay. Run that down to the lab. I'll get a search squad out.
Soon, at the lab.
Skin, all right. Might be human. Hard to tell just yet. It's in an advanced state of decomposition. I'm not talking about days or even years. The skin has been dead for centuries.
Possible. If the skin isn't Tiny's, it's gotta be his attackers.
Then all I can say is, we've got a mighty strange killer walking this city.
He heard the sound echoing through the concrete caverns of the city. It drew him like a magnet. The one sound which could stir feeling in that cold, dead heart. The sound of laughter, of life. That hated sound.
More scrotum sounds coming round from the guy with electric eyes. Right now, plug into the #1 blast. Who put the boop? Hey, the sound abounds!
Death approaches the DJ and puts an end to proceedings.
Oh, my soul.
My name is Death. I have come to judge you.
What is it? Please, I'm just a harmless butt junkie.
Do not be afraid. Dying is good. Dying is easy. I just sick my head and stories.
Control to Dredd. Sounds of distress heard coming from the rabbit hutch. Could be your man.
We're on our way.
Dredd soon arrives.
Doors are locked. Break them open.
Inside, the rabbit hutch is strewn with bodies.
Doc, what a nightmare.
There's that stench of decay.
There he is. Just like a judge. Or a mockery of one.
Have you come to witness judgment?
We've come to slam your butt in pokey, mister.
Ross runs up to Death with his lawgiver raised.
Ross, stay back!
His hand.
sliced right through Ross's neck.
Rapid fire. Blow his bones away.
He's getting up.
Nothing could get up after that. Who is this creep?
You cannot kill what does not live. I have come to bring law to this city. My law. The law of death.